Hello guys, and welcome to another video. Today we are starting a video series called the Commander Breakdown Series, and I'm going to be going over each important commander and putting them under the spotlight and really take a look in depth on what they do. The first commander we're going to talk about today is Bullet. He is my favorite commander, and here's why. He has an ability called Ghost Cannon. Ghost Cannon, if you haven't heard, ignores tier suppression. So with all these new tier 9, 10, and 11 troops coming out, if you're not one of the big players in your server and you need to compete against them, or at least make them afraid of you, you need to get a Bullet. What Bullet can do is use the troop stack as damage. So the higher your leadership and the higher the skill, the harder it hits. If you have 6,000 leadership and a level 30 Ghost Cannon, you can kill a tier 11 airship. I haven't confirmed that number, but I know 4,500 leadership and a level 30 Ghost Cannon will absolutely kill a tier 10 airship. And they don't dodge very good, so you don't need much accuracy to hit them, if any. Or just throw rabbit ears on, and the strengthen effect will definitely make sure you hit them. So, Bullet's other skills, Mino Particle, really good skill. Even though it's only 20%, it does stack, and it does hit all troops. It doesn't just hit the troop in front of him, it hits all the troops and it stacks. So he's really good for ranger fights, and you'll use Bullet in Galactic Battle and on the weekends because losing rangers doesn't cost points, and they're cheap to heal. He has a typical awakening skill, nothing special there. And now we get to go into the gear. You get your gear from, your accuracy gear from Eye of Abyss. You can get an accuracy Thalamus for the second row. I don't recommend using it because if you are building a Bullet to win in tier suppression fights, you really don't get a chance to attack with your back row before you get hit by an awakening. So odds are you're probably going to want to focus front row accuracy, and Eye of Abyss is the best way to get it. You can actually get this item with Ace medals by just playing Ace of Galaxy, and when the event comes around, you should cash in for this item because of this. You can only get accuracy from the Leo gems, so keep an eye out for those, and I use Gemini just for the double strike and ranger fights. And it's really easy to get accuracy on Gemini because they're such a common gem. Okay, I use Skywalker because the stats are slightly better for crit damage and attack, but technically Soul Eater is a more accurate weapon. It does have a higher attack or accuracy stat. So if you don't have the budget for a Skywalker yet, you can start with double Soul Eaters, and that would be fine. If you don't have an Eye of Abyss, you can start with a Dodge Thalamus, and that would be fine. For the chest piece, you won't get any accuracy here, but I use the Void because I think it's best in slot, but you can get away with the Cheldria or whatever you have available. And then I use Voltar Power on the pants because they have accuracy. If you don't have these pants, you can use Gales. Now, at that point, you are losing some serious accuracy. You'll want to get those eventually, but play with Bullet for a while and decide if you want to go down the path of using him, because I think most people will once they see how fun it is to trade Rangers for Tier 9, Tier 10, and Tier 11. Okay, so going into Bullet's skill. Now, it does say that it's based off of 25.5% of the source hit points. It seems to only be affected by the opponent's defense. The damage does vary on Ghost Cannon from different troops types, but it always hits for the same. So in the video I'm showing you, I'm going to be showing you attacking a tier 10 monster or level 10 monster over and over and over again with different setups to prove my point. So here we go. In the first replay, we are going to be attacking tier 1. Oh, here we go. Oh, there we go. Okay, wrong aisle. Here we go. Bear with me. Here we go. All right. We're going to see what Rangers can do against a tier 10 monster front row. And this is in my pure accuracy gear, the gear I just showed you. So here it comes. It should hit for 1,406,608. And there it is. So the Ghost Cannon lands, and it hits for that exact damage, 1.4 million something something. Okay, then in the second replay, we do with Tier 2. And Tier 2 has the same unit per hit point value. I didn't show you that yet. I can pop in and show you that. Here comes 1.4 million, 6,608. Now you'll see Ghost Cannon goes first, then the regular attack, and then the follow-up Gemini attack. So that's the order of operation. Ghost Cannon first, regular attack, and then follow-up Gemini attack. The Awakening hits on the second attack, the normal attack. Okay, so even though Tier 7 does have lower hit points per unit, it seems to hit for the same. It's kind of weird. The wording in this game, because of the translation, doesn't seem to be very good. So that's why I'm kind of showing you this replay at the end game what you can expect, right? So 1 unit, 40 hit points. 4 units, 160. So it's whatever the base unit is times 40. That's what your HP value is. and that stays consistent all the way up to Arbiter. So 20 units, 800. So it's everything times 40, right? Unit value times 40. Once you get to tier 9, it does change. So 150 times 4 is not 5,000. It should be 6,000. So the HP per unit value is actually lower for tier 9. But it doesn't seem to matter. Even though it says it matters, it doesn't actually seem to matter. What we'll do here in this next replay is number 2. Let me find that. Here we go. We are going to use tier 9, and we're going to see that tier 9 actually doesn't hit as hard, but it's because I don't have, I have extra units, so the 1.406, 05, excuse me, so it's slightly less, about 1,000 damage less, and that's because Death Knights, or Death Angels are 150 units, and I have an extra 100 leadership, so my tier 2 and tier 1 do have more units or HP per slot. That's why my tier 9 doesn't hit as hard. And the reason I show you that is that tier 9 doesn't hit significantly less damage. It's probably equal. The skill is worded incorrectly, and it certainly doesn't hit any harder. So tier 9 has no advantage over tier 1, and tier 1 is much easier to heal and build. Okay, so now you'll notice in this replay I'm using all accuracy stuff, right? All accuracy, because that's how I'm doing this. I use this build to beat tier suppression and not risk losing any serious troops. But some Ghost Cannon style skills say that it's capped by damage or HP. So what I'm going to do is show you a replay where I stack on the damage. And in this replay I lose 100% accuracy, but I gain 96% or 120% damage. And once again, here we go. We are expecting to see 1,405,286, just like last time. And there it is, exactly like last time. So the damage didn't increase Ghost Cannon's ability. And we only care about Ghost Cannon because that's the only skill that beats tier suppression. Okay, so let's get through this replay. And then in the next replay, we're going to change that damage weapon out, and we're going to put an Eternal Barrier on, and we're going to lose the damage, and we're going to gain 50% hit points. So that should be replay number 3? Uh-oh. Getting lost in my own replays. Okay, here it is. Here's the Eternal Barrier. You can see it there. And we're expecting to see a difference, but we won't. It's 1.4 million, 500, 200, or well, 1,405,286. Here we go. There's the Ghost Cannon. There it is. Okay, so damage didn't change it. Barrier didn't change it. Gear does not seem to affect it. Research does not seem to affect it. The only thing affected, once again, is accuracy. Okay, and we'll do that one more time with the HP gear, but this time we're going to use tier 1 just to show you it's consistent. And if it's the same, it should be 1.4,406,608. There it is. So gear does not affect Ghost Cannon. All that matters is landing the hit, because if you miss with a Ghost Cannon, oh, it's painful, because you could have done some serious damage. So, that being said, the buffs you can give yourself in the power-ups do not affect it. Your hull does not affect it. Your guild buffs do not affect it. The only thing that affects it is actually landing the hit with accuracy and the amount of leadership you have, so you can have more troops per slot, and the level of your Ghost Cannon. The only other thing you can do to help yourself is get your Armageddon Haul on. It gives you a 10% increased chance to trigger the skill, because you need to trigger Ghost Cannon, right? And you can set yourself up to get into fights to make sure you have the first strike. If you don't have the first strike, one tier 9 unit will wipe out 100,000 Rangers no problem, especially with tier suppression. So it's really important to have that first strike. And you're gambling, and the odds aren't in your favor, but the damage you do far outweighs the risk you take. Okay, so the last part of this video, let's talk about other skills like Ghost Cannon, because tier suppression is so important now with tier 11 on the horizon. So this skill is called Ghost Cannon for Bullet, but Rock has the same skill. It's called Annihilator Ray, and it works on walkers, so you use Yetis instead of Rangers, but essentially it's identical, it just has a different name. So these two guys both have a 40% tier suppression beating skill. It's incredible, right? Now that people know about this, I expect people to start using them and joining the ranks here. But yeah, anyway, we've got 3 other commanders that can do it. Maruko, as an infantry commander, can do it with his 20% skill. Moonshadow can do it as a walker commander with her 20% skill. And Blader, who I don't have, can do it with his 20% pounce skill. So yeah, I ate Blader. He's gone. No replays with him. Okay, so that's the hero spotlight. I wanted to introduce you guys to my bullet first before I start going into all the other heroes. We got a lot to talk about, and we have a small little community here, so if I missed anything, please point it out to me. If you have any questions, please ask me. You can find me on YouTube or on Reddit. And yeah, thanks for playing our game. Please kindly know, and we'll see you on the next one. Out.